Hello, everyone. It is me, Bob the Drag Queen, and I want to let you all know that my stand-up comedy special, Woke Man in a Dress, is available exclusively on the Sibling Rivalry Patreon. You can go to siblingrivalrypodcast.com/support, sign up for the Patreon, and you'll be getting not only my comedy special, but hours and hours and hours of podcast exclusive content. You will see me and Monet exchanges, both one-woman shows, vlogs. There's a lot to see, and it just costs $5, so go check it out.
Shining, 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 shining. Why be dressing up for the podcast lately? This nigga be dressing up. Since it's had a compliment to you, like, oh my God, Bob, you look so nice in your little denim romper. She knows she want to look snazzy for the podcast.
I think I have a history of wearing button-up shirts for the podcast. Not always.
A history?
Yeah, meaning in the past, I've worn a lot of button-up shirts on the podcast.
Okay, in that case, you can say you have a history of existing. You have a history of, like, you can just, the word history.
I do have a history of existing. That's correct. I do have a history.
When you say I have a history of, you give something a lot of weight and a lot of gravitas that I don't think you have a.
Yeah, I feel like if I think about the things that I've worn on the podcast, and in general, there's usually only three things. I'm usually either wearing a t-shirt, one of my little sacks, or a shirt that buttons to the top. And those are pretty much the only three things that I wear, like, in general. Button-up shirt, sack, or a t-shirt. And I'm in the button-up shirt era right now, which I feel like if we scan through the podcast and look through episodes, we'll see that pattern repeated over and over again.
Do you acknowledge that saying something has history is gives it like a lot of weight? Like it makes
Yeah, and I think that I've worn a lot of button-up shirts on the podcast. I think that is I don't think it is a far-fetched notion that I have worn a lot of button-up shirts on the podcast.
The term history does not feel like it fits this conversation.
Well, I'm talking about me and my fashion, the way I dress, and it feels like it fits. I have a history of wearing button-up shirts on the podcast.
Stop saying the word history. Stop saying the word history.
I don't understand what the big deal is with me saying I have a history of wearing button-up shirts on the podcast.
I said this before. It's also your thing of what is it? As a rule, I don't. What is it? What do you say?
Well, there are certain things I don't give relationship advice to my friends. As a rule, I don't give relationship advice. To my
No,
friends.
About scheduling stuff. Like as a rule, I don't schedule.
I don't schedule myself. As a rule.
It's just so heavy. Like as a rule, it's just so heavy.
Well, that's my way of setting a stand. That's my way of setting boundaries. If someone's like, "Would you like to do this?" and I'm like, "As a rule, I don't do that." That's me. That's my way of also saying like,
I pay someone else to do that, so don't ask me to do it.
No, it's like when I say under no circumstances. So when you say under no circumstances, I feel like you're setting a boundary that you're like, just so you know, there is not a scenario that you can come up with where I will end up doing this. You can come with A through Z, and it will never result in, this outcome. So I think as a rule, and under no circumstances are some great ways to set boundaries for yourself.
My sweet little bobber, I tried to call you a few times yesterday, and I am not coming at this in a combative way or any type of energy. I was just saying yesterday was your birthday, and I tried to get in contact with you, but it was your birthday. You're probably really busy. I know you're working, so I didn't get to tell you happy birthday on your birthday yesterday.
Well, I called you 3 times, and I guess our schedules didn't align.
You called me 2 times yesterday?
3 times.
When?
I'll see the screen grabs, but I called you 3 times.
I will literally post mine right here.
I always tell you this. Whenever you don't get the call, it's either because you didn't have service, maybe your phone was in airplane mode, but whenever you don't get the missed call, it's because you didn't have any service. I'm not saying you ignored my call, but I am saying I did call you 3 times yesterday, which usually if someone calls someone, they do not receive the call, that means that they didn't have service. So you notice when you land, you don't have a bunch of missed calls. That's not like when you fly a whole flight from like here to Australia, it's not that no one called you for 24 hours. It's just that you didn't receive any of the calls. That's how missed
So,
calls are.
I think in my experiences living my life yesterday, I don't believe there was a time. Actually, I might be correct. I was in a recording session for 6 hours yesterday, so you may have called me in that time frame where I had to have my phone on airplane mode. So I take that back.
Okay.
And you're right. You probably did contact me. You know what?
I mean, I did. This is not a
I
this is not
believe
a
you.
question for
I
me.
believe you. I am in this moment. Yeah, I'm having a real time in realization that you probably absolutely right. I called you yesterday morning around 9 o'clock, so
Well,
it
I mean,
makes sense.
otherwise, why would I lie? Why would I lie about why would I
I
lie
didn't say
about
you
that?
were. I didn't say you were. I am literally saying, you know what, you're
I know you
right.
understand, but you did give a little bit of pushback, and I was like, well, why would I lie about that? But yeah, I called you, but we just didn't line up. I really don't think it's the end of the world. I was fielding a lot of phone calls yesterday, and my phone died pretty early in the day.
Well,
Um,
it's a little because I Facebook video called you because I had like a little ditty I was gonna do for you, but so I will admit when my Facebook video call was not answered, I was a little perturbed, but I quickly gathered those feelings because I recognized, you know what, it is your birthday, and I want you to do whatever you do on your birthday, my feelings aside.
I'm glad you had that moment of clarity.
Thank you so much. How was your birthday?
It was a great day. It was my birthday was a lot. There was a lot going on, and um, it was a fine day. There was some really great moments. There was some like annoying stuff going on. That's when I was trying to call you. Um, but I had fun. I saw some friends. I hung out with Two Face and uh hung
Garquifa.
out with Taylor. Do what with Garquifa? Who?
Garquifa Hall. You went to
Oh, Chiquita. I
the
hung out with
Garquifa Hall?
Chiquita, Two Face, Taylor, um, Trixie, Big Frida, Boy Radio.
Oh, y'all all went out
Um,
last night?
no, I was just bouncing around. I was bouncing around,
What was Trixie doing in
and
New
then
York?
Trixie was doing her solid pink disco, and she had Big Frida, and Amanda Lepore. Which I mean, I don't really know Amanda Lepore like that. I mean, I know Amanda Lepore, but we're not like buddies or anything.
Right.
But I did get to hang out with Big Frida, which I don't see Big Frida a ton. But it was cool to just chat with her. We were like talking about just music and her
Queen of
her
Bounce.
row your boat.
Well, Big Frida is the center of a little discourse right now because she played a character on a children's show, or she voiced a
YouTube
character.
show. It's like it's called Gracie. Have you seen Gracie's Corner?
I haven't seen
It's
Gracie
a it is like one of the most popular kid shows on YouTube. It's like huge.
work. And then so she voiced a character on there, and then now, of course, these fucking dumb motherfuckers coming out there and be like, "Yo, how can y'all have a man voice a female character? She's not a man." And and I'm
Also, I
like,
don't think that Big Frida wasn't playing a female character. Big Frida was playing herself. So Big
which
Frida wasn't like
which
playing.
Big Frida is a trans woman.
I don't know. I don't know that Big Frida identifies as a trans woman. Does she?
I thought she
I
did.
don't think Big Frida. I don't think Big Frida identifies as a trans woman. I mean, I could be wrong, and I think that people, um,
Oh, well, I stand corrected.
I mean, I don't. I might not be right. No, no. Big Frida is gender non-binary, and she's gender non-conforming.
Got it.
Yeah. She says, "I'm gender non-conforming, fluid, non-binary. If I had known the Queen and Queen Diva would cause so much confusion, I might have just called myself the King." That is a page from a Wikipedia thing.
Got
So she's truly she just really doesn't conform to the construct of gender
Yeah,
at all.
she lives as a motherfucking deity as she should, and but
Yeah,
it's this whole discourse online. Of people,
which does seem to cause uh, confusion for people who don't really have
Flama.
a construct of gender outside of the binary. But that's also not her business to accommodate in whole space to not confuse those people.
I will say, like I just those people who reject the notions gender nonconformity and being non-binary and all those things. Those people who, as a rule, who have a history of just rejecting those things. I'm like, if they realized how fucking colorful and dope their fucking world would be if they just gave themselves an ounce of that, if they just allow themselves to experience that without their stupid biases and all these things that they come in with, their world will be so much fucking better. It just, and I'm like, y'all stupid people are robbing yourselves of so much fun in your goddamn life. It's so crazy to me.
Well, I think for some people, existing within the binary is really affirming for them, and it is
Can't relate.
helps them with. I mean, same. I mean, literally same. I don't get a lot of or practically any what's I'm looking for affirmation from existing within the gender not binary. But also there are things that I don't think that anyone can completely escape the gender binary as a concept, right? I think that just by dressing up in drag, we are acknowledging that there is a gender binary that we are stepping outside of.
That's true.
So I don't think that acknowledging the gender binary makes. I don't think either one is good or bad, but I do agree that for me, once I started going fluid between the two and acknowledging myself outside of manhood and womanhood, my life got a lot better, and I feel like I got a better understanding of myself. But for some people, crossing the gender binary and being really strict about it has really affirmed them, and for some people, staying within the gender binary that they were assigned at birth has really helped them too. For some people, some AFAB people, really just leaning into their womanhood is a big part of their affirmation for themselves, and I think that maybe there's a little space for all that.
Wait, so did y'all have yesterday off, or you had yesterday off because it was your birthday?
I had yesterday. Well, a lot of us had yesterday off. Yeah, and I had yesterday off too. Yeah,
God.
it wasn't because of me.
Bob's everybody off on my birthday.
No, it was not because of me. It was just a coincidence that we had yesterday off.
Imagine if you rolled out into the clubs, into these streets with Madonna.
I did.
She was out with you?
Not yesterday, but me and Madonna and Jacob all went to OTA. I was Lego Joe Vera is a friend of mine, and I was going to OTA every Monday for months, and then one day I was like I'm gonna get Madonna to come. This is gonna be great. And I told her, I was like, girl, you need to come to OTA, and she came out and she had a good time. And Jacob was up there in the VIP with Madonna.
That's hilarious.
Oh, I guess we didn't tell you that. Yeah, hanging out. It was really a key.
I'm talking about you like going to like hardware, going to industry, going to pieces, and just
You mean like club hopping?
Yeah, club hopping with Madonna. That would be so funny to me.
I can see that would be hilarious.
People would go up. Imagine strolling to Queen with Madonna, and the opening number is "Bitch I'm Madonna."
I mean, it was honestly low key, given that at OTA, like that was. I mean, not, but there wasn't no. We weren't doing Bitch I'm Madonna. But it was like we were at the fucking gay club with Madonna. It was wild.
Yeah, I've never been to OTA. I've never been to an OTA. OTA is something that was not around when I was a little 14-year-old sneaking into Escalita and shit. So I don't even know what the OTA experience is. It's like a Kiki function. I don't know what the experience is.
Yeah, it is, and it's it doesn't seem too different than, well, not too different. It kind of has some of the energy of like Vogue nights. You ever do Vogue nights?
No, well, I mean, yes.
Yeah, it kind of has like some of the same energy as Vogue nights, but obviously it's not as intense as like
a latex ball.
Right. It feels lighter, and it feels like a place where you can. I feel like if you're new to ballroom, OTA is probably a great place for you to go, especially if you want to get your feet wet and walk some categories. I would 10 out of 10 recommend going to OTA if you're not.
My favorite thing is anytime someone does anything in the world of voguing online, they're like, "Oh, watch out! Naomi gonna catch you."
Well, Aja does the pre-show at OTA. Aja does the pre-show. So
what does that
you all can
mean?
go there. there's like a show right before OTA. So OTA happens at like 1 in the morning, 1:30 in the morning ish. And before OTA, there is a pre-show that Aja does. It used to be hosted by Jasmine, Lady Jasmine,
Lady Jasmine Van Wales,
who wears her hair up in the
big old titties.
usually wears her hair up in a bun. Yep.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we used to always have on her the monster. Like
Yes,
that's
girl. She
our
was
old
so
Judy,
good.
honey.
She was
I love that.
hilarious. I
She does
love
those
that.
legendary hand performances. And if y'all ever seen that one woman online who does the hand performance where she's like ODing on like drugs, it is iconic. That's her.
Work.
She's also one of those folks like with like 9 last names. She's like Jasmine OTA, Jasmine, like Lady Jasmine, Jasmine Van Wales, like one of those people.
Wait, really quick, we're gonna break. Have you ever met Princess Deandra?
Bitch, yes. I used to work at Lucky James with her.
Princess Deandra.
Yes, baby, I know Princess Deandra. Give me my coins, give me my shekels, give me my yeah.
She is so funny.
We'll talk about her on the way back. Princess Deandra is one of those people. So Princess Deandra is a legendary drag queen in New York City.
So good.
And she's quite possibly one of the best performers I think I've ever seen.
Diana Ross, down.
With my own eyes. I've seen her do one of the best Patti LaBelle's that has ever.
Patty's really good.
I mean, but she wasn't actually doing Patty. She was just lip syncing Patty.
Yeah, the lip syncing,
as herself.
She does do it really good too.
She does do a Diana Ross impersonation, but she was just doing Patti LaBelle as herself. And I remember seeing her at the Ritz, and everyone was just going crazy. And I met her when I started working at Lucky Chang's. That's when I met a lot of the queens, like Mayuko or Japanese fucking bitch. That's her drag name is Japanese fucking bitch.
Oh my god.
Mayuko's drag. So her name is Mayuko, but her drag name is
clarify. They're like Bob hates Japanese people.
No. And of course, I mean Tora Dress and like all these queens, and Lucky Chang's was like a place kind of where it was almost kind of like a drag time capsule, especially because once they moved uptown, we kind of split into two.
Mm-hmm.
There's like not two Lucky Chang's, but there's like the new girls who were hired on the uptown location, and then all
the Lower East Side girls. Which Yu Hamasaki was she was from like the Lower East Side days.
Yeah, but she became but she was considered one of the newer girls because she was like our age. But she did start on the Lower East Side. There's a lot of girls. So the newer girls like me, Thorgy, Lily Heavenly, who else?
So many. Delilah Brooks,
Roxy. What was that one name? Her name was like Divine.
Roxy Brooks, Delilah Brooks.
Yeah, a lot of us. But yeah, that. Why would you ask about Princess Deandra?
Because I don't know. I had a gig with her like a few years ago with Screaming Queens, and she was just so funny, and like the way like she talks. We were talking about ballroom, and she talks in a very like old school ballroom New York City cadence to her speech, and I just think she's just so funny to me.
Well, a lot of the queens from Lucky Chang's too. I remember being there. I would literally be like, "What are y'all like?" And I have been doing drag for years. At the point, I'd be like, "What are y'all saying?" Like I come in with a new wig, and they'd be like, "Girl, I love this hat," and I'd be like, "What? Like, girl, this hat." And they would call wigs hats. I love this hat. I don't know. That's not. I don't know if that's ballroom, but I just know it was like a part of the way that the queens used to talk in New York City, or they would always, whenever it gets time to get paid, they'd always go, "Baby, I'm here for my shekels." That was always the thing. "Baby, I'm here for my shekels. Give me my shekels, baby." And I think that's something that a lot of them got from Deandra. I don't know where Deandra got it from, but I know Deandra seemed to have introduced that vernacular to Lucky Chang's. And my favorite thing Deandra used to say, she would go to the tables, and whenever they order drinks, she goes, "Nothing cold." No, she goes, "Nothing hot, nothing frozen, and don't ask me for no goddamn mojito." That is like such an iconic line.
One of the biggest culture shocking moments, I think, growing up, like the use of the word fierce when it comes to drag versus ballroom was so different, because in ballroom it means like it can be bad. It has like
Yeah.
a multitude of usages. Whereas in drag, it only means, or in I guess now it's just queer speech because a lot of it has been co-opted into the whole thing.
Because obviously drag and obviously
It's only a
drag and
positive.
ballroom have drag. I was gonna say obviously drag and ballroom have a lot of crossover. I think there's kind of this notion that drag and ballroom are mutually exclusive, which which is kind of wild because ballroom was started by drag performers.
Yeah. So, because in ballroom, be like, "Oh, Miss Thing, you look fierce. Like you look bad." But oh, Miss Thing, you look fierce. Yes. Like it's just, but in drag, you never use fierce as a negative. It's always a positive.
Yeah, I would say in the drag scene outside of ballroom, yeah, fierce is pretty much consistently a compliment, like across the board, pretty much every time.
I'm gonna go to
Yeah.
OTA. I want to walk. I want to walk OTA.
Oh, what category do you want to walk?
I would want to watch. I would want to walk. Drag queen face,
Okay.
and I think I would also excel at butch queen. Butch. I mean, no, sorry. I want to walk realness with a twist. I think that would be very my tea.
I don't know if which queen is a category, but
I meant realness with a twist. That would be me down. I will.
okay.
I'll come and give them realness. And bitch, turn it and pay it and give them cot.
Okay. I mean, I think they'd be fierce. You know, they always post. If you go to OTA's page, I think every Monday they post the. I don't actually I'm not sure what day they post the categories, but they post the categories so that you can prepare for when you get there. So when you go, I say we should sponsor a category at OTA.
What's the OTA? What's OTA Instagram?
I think it's called like OT. I don't have my phone next to me.
It's open to all entertainment.
There it
Open
is.
to all.ent.
Word. Oh, they follow me. Let me follow back.
I was saying you and I should sponsor a category.
I'm down. I want to go.
Yeah, Bomo should sponsor a face category. Monet.
Open to all entertainment. Because, honey, this face card never declined. My God, eat it, eat it, eat it, eat it, eat it. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Make a bummy, eat it. Make a picture girl touch that kitty.
Have you had an opportunity to listen to Ocean Kelly's album yet?
I have not, but I do love the album artwork, and I think it seems like a very beautiful concept. I have not listened to the album yet, though.
It is it's a pretty quick listen. It's 37 minutes.
Oh,
if you go for a walk, you can get the whole listen in one walk, and I cannot recommend that you listen to this enough. It is a beautiful piece of work, and I'm just like
Ocean Calandra.
I am constantly in awe of Ocean Kelly's abilities to share his experiences and feelings through artistry and music. I mean, I just can't say enough good things about it. So you all should go listen to Ocean Kelly's My Dog.
And it's all self produced. Is the whole thing is just him, right?
Yeah. Well, him and his producer Seabreeze. He also has Cornbread on the album.
The Snap.
He has Camera Time on the album. He has B. Ames on the album.
I saw that. I saw the track list and the features. I did see that.
Yeah, I think you'll love it. I was just reminded because the song Alakazam, I feel like you would really love it. Just and it's one of those listen to it through, like from beginning to end. This is good. This should be one of those things. Have you heard the Nicki song, the Nicki Barbie song? No, Nicki has a song on the Barbie. Is it on the Barbie?
It's her and Ice Spice.
I haven't heard it. Wait, they have another song together?
Do we want to take a break and listen to it? It's about a minute long.
So they have two songs together now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Work. Let me listen to Nicki's Barbie song. Hold on. We will be back in just a second for y'all. What's the name of it?
It's called Barbie World.
Wow.
Or if you just search for Nicki Minaj on
yeah, I'm sure the person's gonna pop up.
All right, I see. I'm listening to it now. I don't know like a whole lot of Ice Spice's music, but she has a very like signature flow. Like Ice Spice has a signature Ice Spice Flow. It was pretty good. I'm shocked that it's so short. Like we making 2-minute songs.
Songs are getting
Like 1
shorter and
minute.
shorter, girl. It's not even 2 minutes. It's less than 2 minutes. I
It's a
mean, but
minute
I mean,
49 seconds.
a lot of rappers have. Like Nicki has a signature flow. Meg does.
Yeah,
Cardi
no, for
does.
sure. Yeah, I wasn't saying she's the only one. I'm just saying, yeah, like she really has a signature.
It's very
flow.
Gen Z. It's very like relaxed. It's very like not a lot of energy. It's very that.
Well, I'm thinking more of like da 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 diddly 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 da da diddly da diddly
And I've
diddly
been with a pen.
dee.
And then they send me a pen. She be like, we look at that, da, da, da. She be like, da, 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 da. Like Nicki's like, and I'm not like that again, but I'm high. I get it high, you know what I mean? It's very Nicki has a lot of energy. It's very animated.
Yeah, but I mean, so it's like it's an aqua. I didn't realize it was
A
an
lot of
aqua
covers.
cover.
The last Nicki's past couple songs.
Well, not a cover.
I
Sorry,
mean,
that's not a
samples.
great sample. Yeah,
Like Red Ruby the Sleaze was a sample Nelly Furtado. This is sampling that she did the one with what's the name with Kim Petras that sample that River song.
Alone with Kim Petras.
Alone. That's it.
Oh yeah.
Nicki has really been in her sample bag recently.
I mean, Nicki's also the queen of the feature. Like Nicki's literally. I would love to know if there is an artist who has been featured more times than Nicki Minaj. And
I would say those are features on her record.
I don't have the information on this, but it feels like she must be holding some sort of a world record for having the most features.
But those are all people featuring on her records.
No, she's featuring on people's records. Nicki is featuring on people's records.
But the past three I said were all people featuring on her.
Yeah. That aside, I'm just wondering. I still feel like Nicki must have some sort of a
50K for her personal album out.
No, Kim Petras was featuring Nicki, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Kim was featuring on Nicki's record, not Nicki featuring on hers.
No, wait, it was. Oh, I thought that was a Kim record. I thought that was a Kim Petras record.
It is a Kim Petras record.
It is.
Yeah, it's Kim Petras featuring Nicki Minaj. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was Nicki featuring Kim.
So like there must be some record held by Nicki for this, which is part of why she is.
I'm looking at it right now. There are a lot of male rappers who just have a lot more. The most featured person is Snoop Dogg.
Really?
Oh, you know what?
I guess double OPD.
And then after Snoop Dogg is Lil Wayne. There were no women in the top 10 of the most featured artists.
The thing about it too is like I guess I just don't. I listen to straight men rapping. I do. Most of my rap is GGT, girls, gays, and days. And I was having this. Me and Monet had this. Well, Monet wasn't there. I had this like black family meeting on the Patreon where we're just talking about black issues and things in the black queer space. And someone mentioned something that I had not thought of yet, which was that I'm just not in like a lot of spaces with like a lot of straight people unless I'm at work usually, and usually the straight people are like cameramen and or like crew who like build the set and stuff. Because we were mentioning someone was like someone in the family meeting was like whenever rappers date white people there isn't really any controversy about it. Rappers date white girls, there isn't any controversy about it, and I was like. Yeah, I was like, I've noticed that. And then this other lady in the Patreon was like, actually, it's a big thing, but it's just in like the people who are having these conversations are often a lot of times like black straight women. And I was like, yeah, I guess I'm just not in a lot of spaces with like a whole bunch of straight people to hear to be privy to those conversations. I was like, I never heard them, but yeah, apparently it is like anyway. What I'm saying is like obviously I'd be forgetting that the world has a lot of straight people in it, not just me and where I exist where everyone's queer. You know what I mean? I'd be like, yeah, I guess straight people are moving in entire waves that I just be forgetting about. So I was like, thank you for mentioning that. Cause yeah, I just didn't realize that.
I mean, I guess I don't have that same experience because I guess you also listen to way more rap than I do. Everyone knows I'm more of an R&B girl. Like I'm a lot of Summer Walker, a lot of SZA, a lot of Tinashe. Like that's literally like all my fucking music that I listen to all the time. And to me, I feel that's very straight. Like, there are queer R&B singers out there, but a lot of the demo are like black straight women in R&B.
I listen to black straight women too, but usually they're rapping. I don't really listen to a ton of like straight men in music. Like most of the music I listen to is what I would consider GGT, you know. But I just don't listen to it. But if I do listen to like straight men in music, it's probably something old that I have been listening to for years. So like I listen to Jay-Z, you know what I mean? But I don't really but not like any of like the new like any rapper like pretty much after like I don't know. If you're like post 2005 and you're like a straight guy in rap, I probably don't know much. Like I don't even know much of Drake's music.
I don't know Drake music only because some of it does lean a little more R&B. Well, not R&B, but like for example, we have like I got into not his most recent album, the album before Loverboy, whatever it is, because he had a song with Yebba on it. Yebba's Heartbreak is one of my favorite fucking songs I ever heard. It literally it inspired one of the directors of my new album with an artist that I'm working with because it's just so beautiful to me and I just love it.
Let's talk about that when we get back.
Hey,
real quick.
No,
Hey,
I'm saying, hey,
actually,
I'm telling them, hey,
I'm
listen.
going to say it. Listen. I know that you already enjoyed this episode, but if you could do us a favor, if you want to see the rest of this episode visually, see it. All of our episodes are available on our Patreon.
Yes, we have the full Monty. Every little second of me gathering this ball black bitch is on our Patreon for your uninterrupted viewing pleasure.
Are you in front of a mirror? Anyway, let's continue with the episode.
Monet, my current summer anthem is I'm gonna go with "Take My Picture" by Bob the Drag Queen. It goes, take my picture.
Cute.
What is your current summer anthem?
Oh, it's from it goes like this. Ready? Summertime and building credit is easy.
I haven't heard that version.
Yeah, it's a really fierce one. And it's a song that you can be singing all summer long with the secure Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card, which is a better way to build credit. As in, you can build your credit scores safely with everyday purchases and on-time payments. Plus, there's no annual fee, interest, or credit check to get started. Use Chime everywhere Visa credit cards are accepted and start building credit using your own money.
Now, with Chime checking account, you can get paid up to 2 days earlier with a qualified direct deposit. You can get access to your money sooner. Chime offers fee-free overdraft with SpotMe. Overdraft up to $200 without fees with SpotMe when you set up a qualifying direct deposit.
Ditch the monthly fees. Chime has no monthly minimum balance or overdraft fees. Chime gives you access to 60,000 plus fee-free ATMs. That's more than the top 3 national banks combined. You can easily find one near you with the Chime app. With Chime, you can send and receive money pay friends through Chime, no matter what bank account they use, and cash out your money fee-free.
Start building your credit up. Open a Chime checking account with at least $200 qualifying direct deposits to get started. Get started at chime.com/rivalry. That's chime.com/rivalry. The Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card is issued by a Stride Bank N.A. member FDIC. Chime checking accounts and $200 qualifying direct deposit required to apply. Out-of-network ATM withdrawal fees may apply. On-time payment history may have a positive impact on your credit score. Late payment may negatively impact your credit score. Results may vary. From sunny days to warm nights, Pair Eyewear is the only fashion statement you need this summer. No more digging in your bag to switch out sunglasses for like regular frames. Change your summer look in a snap with their affordable Sun Top collection, base frames, and hundreds of other magnetic top frames. So you have the base frame, and that's all you need. With these magnetic top frames, baby, the variety, the options, the choices that you will have can be immeasurable.
Because Pair has hundreds of budget-friendly frames and magnetic top frame styles to choose from, starting at just $60, baby, including your prescription. With frames designed for everyone, the whole family can get a very chic, custom, unique look. You can match to your outfits. They can support your home team or rep your favorite superhero in a snap. Very Thanos-like.
See better for longer with Pair Eyewear's variety of lenses options for every prescription. Higher prescriptions can still be super lightweight and thin with premium plus lenses. Light responsive lenses transition from indoors to outdoors seamlessly, and progressive lenses without the annoying bifocal line. Keep your eyes happy for a long day staring at your laptop with blue light filtering lenses. the people who edit our podcast have to look at a lot of screens. I'm just going to recommend these to them as well. For every pair you buy, Pair provides glasses and vision care for a child in need.
Express yourself wherever summer takes you with Pear Eyewear. Go to paireyewear.com/rivalry for 15% off your first pair. That's Pear, Pair, eyewear.com/rivalry.
Having a good therapist is now important more than ever, all right? Alma is the platform working to simplify access to high quality, affordable mental health care and connect you with the best doctor for you. Alma is a platform that is working to simplify access to high quality, affordable mental health care. Their website is so accessible and easy to browse. I think it's important to take care of your mental health, and I love how easy Alma makes it.
Alma helps therapists work with major insurance companies to make therapy more accessible and affordable for all. Over 96% of therapists at Alma take insurance, including Aetna, United Healthcare, Cigna, and many more. People who find in-network care through Alma save an average of 77% on the cost of therapy. Alma has a diverse network of therapists to fit your very unique and fierce needs. In the easy-to-use directory, you can filter for gender, sexual orientation, race. Every therapist at Alma has a detailed profile so you can get a better picture of their working style, their expertise, even why they pursued a career in mental health. It's very easy to get started because most therapists offer a free consultation call to gauge fit to make sure that, y'all gonna work well together. There are no upfront costs or any commitments. Schedule your consultation directly online with a provider at a time that works best for you. Alma is available nationwide with both virtual and in-person options.
Find a therapist with Alma today at helloalma.com/rivalry. That's helloalma.com/RIVALRY. Because y'all know rivalry is low-key hard to spell. Like, for example, I don't think I can name a Bad Bunny song.
I'm not.
And Bad Bunny, by the way, Bad Bunny is massive.
Oh,
When I found
Bad
out that
Bunny
the
is
weekend was
bitch. Massive is not the word. Bad Bunny is fucking colossal, girl. He is.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know who else is insane? When I found out that the weekend was the #1 artist in the world,
Isn't that crazy?
I was like, oh,
The Weeknd.
oh. And
That's wild.
I was like, you sure it's not Doja Cat?
It's. I know. Yeah, The Weeknd is.
I was like, are you
here.
sure? I was like, are you sure it's not Nicki? You're positive?
Yeah. The Weeknd is out here. He is the top. He's the most like streamed artist on Spotify. It's like 109
By a mile, by the way.
Yeah,
He's like
a lot.
miles in front of the person right behind him.
I'm a
He's
motherfucking star
huge.
boy.
And I can't really name them that much music by the weekend, but also all these straight people in music are they're doing very well without my support. I think they're all doing great. I
Bitch,
didn't realize, who's apparently a massive deal, and I just did not realize that he was like this big of a deal.
who?
Ed Sheeran. Do you know he's like humongous?
Like bigger than The Weeknd?
No, not bigger than The Weeknd. I'm going to reiterate. The Weeknd is literally the #1 artist in the world right now. I'm just going to say that one more time for the record.
The #1
But
artist in the world, The Weeknd is?
The Weeknd is right now currently the #1. He's like huge. He has the most Spotify streams, which is a part of the way that people are quantifying it, I believe.
I'm about to
So I
say,
guess
are we
you
only
quantify a lot of
doing
ways.
Spotify?
There's ticket sales, there's iTunes, there's this, but Spotify is a barometer of success in the music world for sure.
I don't think The Weeknd is the biggest artist in the world.
He's the #1 artist on Spotify.
That's the only place though. Where else?
Again, I think that it is a multitude of things. I think that I don't have all the information, but I'm just reporting what I had seen on the news. The Weeknd is the #1. He's massive. He's selling more than anyone in the world right now.
The Weeknd?
The Weeknd, bitch. The Weeknd. That's what I said. I too, but it's also by a lot. So right now is The Weeknd on spot #1 on Spotify. #2 is Taylor Swift, and The Weeknd is about I'm not good at math. 15 million more listeners than the person right behind him, who is Taylor Swift. So it's not like there's like 1 million. There's 106 million people listen to The Weeknd. 91 million people listen to Taylor Swift. So it is literally 16 million more people listening, which is wild. But he's huge. He's massive. I didn't
And
know that
Rihanna
Ed
is number
Sheeran was.
5. She's
If you would have
74.
told me that Ed Sheeran was number 3 in the world, I would have been like, the Shape of You guy. That would have blown my mind. Blown my mind.
I just think there are so many avenues to measure this. So like you're never really gonna get like a true answer. Like sure we can like use Spotify monthly listeners as a type of like a metric, but there's like no way to really tell.
I mean, there's some way. I don't have the way. There is some metric that people could use where they compare ticket sales to iTunes, to radio play, to Spotify, to YouTube views, to TikTok streams. I'm sure there's someone out there who has all those numbers. I do not have them, and I don't think it takes away the validity that the Weeknd is doing really well. Like he's great, and I'm not here to take away his
I'm not gonna
success
take away
as
the
being.
Weeknd. I think the Weeknd is great. My first when
I
I
can't
realized
even
that the
vouch for
Weeknd
if he's
was
great because I only
really
know like one
good
of his songs.
was when he came out with that song, and is that iconic video where he has the girl in the split. She has the X's on her butt, and it does the dun 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 dun. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. That's how I became aware of the Weeknd. I was like, oh wow, he's great. That was like my first intro to the Weeknd.
So when I think of the top 5, I think it's the Weeknd, Taylor Swift, Ed Sheeran, Rihanna. Am I missing one?
That's Rihanna has not put out an album in over 5 years, and she is that is a testament to how fucking great her records are still
Yeah,
like
they're brilliant.
fucking dope. They're still lit.
So when it comes to the top 4, 2 of them are straight men, and I can only name one of each of their songs. I can only name one of the Weeknd songs and one of Ed Sheeran's songs.
What is the
But I can name
what is
several.
the Ed Sheeran song?
Shape of You. I'm in love with the
Yeah,
shape
that's
of
one I
you.
know too. What is the other song?
I don't know. I can only name one. He also did. Let's see. Ed Sheeran also sings "Eyes Closed." He sings "Perfect," "Shivers," and "Photograph." These are his top 5 songs that I'm
Photograph.
seeing
I
on
think I know
Spotify.
Photograph. Look at this photograph, and
That's
it's
not Ed
time to
Sheeran.
make me
That's
smile.
not Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran doesn't go, "Look at this photograph." That's someone else.
That's Nickelback.
I don't know "Photograph," but I know that's not Ed
That-
Sheeran.
That's Nickelback. And
Yeah, I was like, I don't know who that is, but I know that's not Ed Sheeran.
and we can.
But maybe I should diversify my listening and listen to some straight men. But I think they're doing fine without me, and I think they're doing well.
Do you like straight men and
Me not
R&B? Like,
me
are you
not
like?
knowing the Weeknd's music, me not knowing the Weeknd's music doesn't seem to be harming him. I mean, he just did a track with Madonna, and I haven't even heard it.
Are you? Do you know like straight R&B men? Like, do you listen to like Giveon, like Bryson Tiller?
I listen to it again, like any pretty much not it's not 100%, but like any straight man who's made music since like after 2004. So I listen, I know like Tyrese and Tank and like old stuff, but not anyone new. No,
Really? But you don't like R&B?
I didn't say I don't like R&B. I feel like you keep. I did not say that. I just
But
don't. I don't.
specifically, when you hear like a straight man doing a song, even though it's popular, you're just like not interested.
I, I don't think I'm taking it like that. I'm just not listening. Like it doesn't find its way. Like the Weeknd's music just hasn't found its way into my ears.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I'm not like ill. Is that a straight? The music just isn't like
I'm blind.
Ed Sheeran's music is just not finding its way to me. For whatever reason, me and Ed Sheeran are having no crossover.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
The
I'm not not looking it out, seeking it out, but it's just not. It doesn't come across my world.
But I'm not avoiding it. I'm just not seeking it out, I think.
I'm also really into disco and like funk. Like in my mind, Jessie Ware's new album is one of the best things I've ever heard in my life. Sonically, from top to bottom, it's just such a beautiful project. I talked about the Kylie's disco album. I think it's so fucking good. But also, talking about someone I think, Bob, you'd really love, you'd really get into, you need to listen to Kahlo. Kahlo has such great fucking music, and you would love it.
Okay, word. Kahlo? Okay. What kind of music is it?
Kahlo. It's like house. It's like a new house rap, or like new house, like house club music. I can't explain it. But she's this black girl. She's so her last EP. Oh, I thought something. I lost you. Her last EP, Spaceships, is so good.
Okay, work. You know, I used to listen to a lot of Gerald Levert. I was a big Gerald Levert fan
Like, you're
back
old
in the day.
ass. You old black motherfucker. Not
But you
Gerald
asked me
Levert.
what kind of R&B I listen to, and it's is usually the women, and also to be fair, the R&B I listen to is also older in general. Like most R&B I listen to is actually older, but I don't know, just my music sense has just gotten a lot more queer, and to be honest, a little bit niche. Like if you go to like go to you don't have Spotify, never mind. We can't do that. Never mind.
What? Maybe there's an Apple version. Stop trying to like exclude me from the conversation.
So there is a thing called on repeat where it's basically telling you your top artist right now and who you're always playing.
Yeah, I
And
don't
for
have
me,
that.
and I
I
realized I
can't
was
do
like,
that.
I didn't realize that my music taste has gotten as niche as it has gotten, but like it is. I was like, wow, a lot of these artists are really super niche artists, and I was like, damn, this is kind of crazy.
Like in my most recently added, I have Snow Allegra. I mean, I had Snow Allegra. Oh, because it's a song I really found out recently. It's called Find Someone Like You. Snow Allegra. I have Vaults. I just heard this song the other day. They literally is from 2015, but I thought it was really cute. I have Thames. And I have Jacques and Chris Brown. Oh, Put In Work is a really dope song I found. So that's kind of like my 5 most recently added songs. If that tells you anything about what I'm listening to.
My top 5 on repeat songs are Fever by Camera Time, If I Want to, Connie Diamond, Geez Louise, King Kitty, Bob the Drag Queen, Take My Picture, and See Me Now, Camera Time. Those are my current on repeat songs.
Also, Ray.
Are you listening to Connie Diamond at all?
I don't know who that even is. Connie Diamond?
Again, I wouldn't expect you to because she doesn't have like a ton of followers, but I just stumbled across her. I guess my algorithm was like, you like you know, girl hip
Oh,
hop.
I saw on my TikTok. She had like a viral TikTok video of her like rapping in like a street, right?
Yeah, it was If I Want to.
Yes, I have seen this person
I can talk
before.
all that shit if I want to, and I don't give a fuck what you gonna do. If you any
In
bitch
New
feeling
York.
froggy, then
He's
leave.
from New York.
Just snatch a bitch right out her frontal. Yeah, I love the line. Any bitch feeling froggy, then leap, bitch. Cause I'll snatch a bitch right out her frontal. It's one of my favorite lines of hers.
Yeah, I remember. I've seen it on TikTok. I didn't. They have a lot of. Have you seen that girl? She's giving very Williamsburg. Very. She's a black girl, bald, and she goes, "I just be one of the greatest, one of the greatest."
Oh yeah, she's amazing. I love her. I can't remember her name. Their name. Their number, gender non-binary.
Their name. I cannot. I tried to find them on Apple Music. I cannot find their music, and I really want to listen.
Well, you gotta just. I can help you with this because they are on. I love them. Hold on. I will be one of the greatest. Their name is
I will be one of the greatest.
Their name is Lil
Aniko.
Aniko?
Oh no.
Now you beat me to
Yeah,
it.
Aniko.
Yeah, they're it's called The King's Affirmation. Is that what it is called?
This must have been new because when I first saw the clip, I was like, I want to find this song. And I could not find it. And now I'm finding it because I did because in Apple you can search lyrics as well, and it would not pop up, but it just popped up, so I just added it. I just be one of the great and one of the great.
You know, Iniko. They're amazing. I love that's music I listen to. That's not rap. That's like really I love that for some reason.
Yeah.
Something about that their voice and the way they rap and the way they sing is just really
It's
they don't
mesmerizing.
they don't do any rap, but I think they're mostly just singing. Something about their voice is just really it like sucks you in and you kind of like get lost in this like space when it's amazing. They're phenomenal.
Also, Ray is big in my. Ray is a British artist. Her album, My 21st Century Blues, is so fucking good. She has a song called Escapism,
What I tell
Okay.
you, bitch,
It's just Ray, like R-E, how do you spell it?
Raye.
It's called 21st Century Blues.
Yeah, my 21st Century Blues. I think you'll get into Ray. She's dope. She's fucking dope. She's opening for SZA right now. Well, she was opening for SZA in Europe on the tour, but she had like a vocal injury. Like she's like her cords were like hemorrhaging and she has to like cancel her dates. But her album is so good. So good.
Yeah, girl, the fucking vocal injuries are gathering the
I
girlies, honey.
know. Vocal. And I was talking to somebody recently, and I was like, if people knew how fragile their vocal cords were, like, like these two little muscles the size of a dime are responsible for for what a lot of us have the privilege of being able to do, which is speaking and singing. And they're so fragile, like they're very
Not just
delicate
speaking and
muscles.
singing, but also like even like simple emoting,
You're right.
which obviously I want to be clear that you can communicate and emote without vocal cords, and people who don't have the ability to talk can communicate. But even like whoa,
Oh,
like that, like those little things, your vocal
yeah.
cords give you. If anyone who's ever been blessed enough to hear Two Face's remarkable laugh, I don't know how he doesn't lose his voice just from laughing. I saw Shaquita's show last night. It was I was sitting there being like, this is New York City drag. Like, this is why New York City drag is just.
She's been doing that show for a century or two.
She kept saying 10 years, but actually been 11 years.
Wow. Why is she
And
leaving the show? I saw her post. She was like, this is my last show.
moving to Vegas.
Oh, to do the Vegas show.
To do something with Vegas. I don't know. Something with Voss events. I don't know what
Probably
she's doing there,
hosting
but
the Vegas
she's moving.
show. Because a lot of the
I don't
girls, so Voss hit me up. He was like, "Hey, girl, do you want to come host a Vegas show?" I was like, "I'm not interested." He's like, "Come on, girl, I want to come do it just for 2 months." I was like, "I'm not interested." So maybe Shaquita's gonna go do it.
Maybe. I don't know. I think she posts about it. Shaquita's posts about it. So if y'all want to know, Shaquita, I'm sure she will be more than happy to post about on her Facebook what she's doing. Do you know Flotilla de Barge?
Flotilla. Yeah, I know Flotilla with the afro. She always got an afro.
Yeah, I ran into Flotilla like randomly. And she was like, "Come to my show," and I was like, "I'll try to make it." I don't. You know me. I don't like to commit to stuff in public. Because I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it or not. Because I don't schedule myself as a rule. You know this about me.
My God, I can't.
It's important to set boundaries, Monet. You got to set boundaries.
I saw this TikTok video. It's this mom, and she's in the mirror with her daughter, and she's like tickling her, and like she noticed her daughter's body language change, and her daughter like set a boundary with her. Like this is like a young kid, like I think like maybe like 3 or 4, and she's like, "No, stop! I don't like that anymore." Her mom was like, "I'm sorry, you don't like when I tickle you?" She's like, "No, not anymore." And she's like, "I'm sorry, I won't do that again." She's like, "Thank you." She was like, "Do you still love me though?" And she's like, "Yes, of course I still love you." And I was like, "Look at this little 3-year-old kid setting a boundary." I was like, "You better work. Like, I don't like that anymore." That's fierce.
Whenever I talk to Jacob's mom, she's very proud of Jacob's ability to set boundaries as a very young child or use his words. And I keep forgetting the one story that she always tells. Jacob knows it. What's the story, Jacob?
Which one?
The one where you were like in the chair and you were like, "I don't like that." What was it?
Oh, I was getting stitches because I fell and I hit my head on a coffee table when I was like 3, and the doctor was stitching me up, and I was like, "Hey, I do not like this. This does not feel good. I would like this to please stop now."
Yeah, that's what it was. And like
So
instead of
But I was
crying,
also
he
I
was
was
like, "I would like."
like I was a child. I was like 3 years old.
So did you not get the stitches then?
No,
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 my
no. What
mom
she's
was like,
saying was,
"No, we still need to stitch you up." But that's really
yeah.
great communication.
Got it.
Yeah, she was saying like instead of crying, he was like, "I do not like this. This does not feel good. Please stop doing this. Please don't. This hurts." But instead of like whang, he was like, "I please don't do that. This does not feel good. Stop doing that." When I was a kid, I did not possess that level of articulation. I was just a I was a crybaby. I would just cry. But I was also one of those kids who was like accused. I was one of those kids who was accused of talking like an adult. They're like, "Why do you talk like you don't talk like a kid?"
Like you were guilty of speaking like an adult, like an adult?
Like I would speak in full sentences. I wouldn't use. I didn't use baby talk ever. I was just one of those adults who just. I was one of those kids who just kind of had like an advanced vernacular, I guess, and I used to get made fun of for or either made fun of or adults would be like, you sound like a little adult.
When I
And
tell
I'd be like,
you,
well, thank you.
I don't know if it's trauma. I don't know what, I have no recollection of anything from my childhood in terms of like any memories like that. I cannot tell you anything like that.
Like from what age?
Like probably I start remembering stuff like 7.
7?
Yeah. Like if I think right now, my earliest memory as a kid would be a sleepover I had for my birthday party. I had a Batman birthday party. And I remember driving up the driveway and my mom had this big Batman birthday party for me. And I also friends like slept over. It was a Batman birthday party that was also a sleepover party. That's like my first like memory I can remember, I think, like vividly.
Was it where? What was this in St. Lucia, New York?
This was in St. Lucia.
Were you so you were just in these streets on autopilot for 7 years?
I think
Just
so.
operating in a blackout for 7 years?
I think that's my memory has always been like that's what we should have known. And like there are other memories. Like I also have this memory of my dad when like my dad used to love to go on little like hikes with us in St. Lucia. So it was one time we hiked from my house to this like path through the woods to this like secret beach. Like myself, my dad, my brother, and our 2 neighbors, like we were all kids. And just my dad was taking us on this hike. And I don't know if that happened before the birthday or after the birthday. I don't know.
I mean, your memory's always been low key shit. No shade.
Oh
You know,
my God.
your memory is shit, Monet. I mean, would you like me to mention? I can say it like kinder. Monet, you've always had issues with remembering things.
Can I call things about you shit?
If you have and you can continue to if you want to.
Yeah.
I think that my earliest memory that I can recall was coming back to school after the winter break in 1990, and I remember my teacher being like, "It's the 90s now. Like
Yeah.
it is a new decade. Do you guys know what a decade is?" And my first memory is learning what a decade was.
So
And
that
she's
means
like,
you
"A
were like
decade
so
is
that means
10
you were like
she's like,
4.
a decade is 10 years." I was 4 years old. Yeah, a decade is 10 years.
Okay,
So
bitch, that's 3
we're in
years
the
before
90s.
me. So you think you're so fierce? That's 3 years before me.
I think that not having a lot of memory from 1 to 3 is pretty standard. 1 to 7 is significant. 4 years is a lot when it's those ages. I think most people don't have any memories from at least 1 to 2. A few people have select memories starting at 3, and I feel like most people kick in at 4.
Okay, can y'all
Most people
comment?
start
Can y'all
remembering like
comment? Can y'all comment if y'all like when y'all memory started? Because I'm interested to see if people be like, no, I don't have anything until I was 9. I'll be like, oh.
9. That's wild. Jacob, how old are you when you start remembering stuff? Like we're like remembering
My
things.
earliest memory, I remember my sister's birthday party and she was probably like 7 or 8, which means I was like, actually, I was probably like 3, right? Around 3. I remember my sister's 7th birthday party, and I remember, which I guess maybe is 3 or 4. Maybe she was 6. I don't know. And then I remember when I was 3, my grandfather was driving me, and I was in a car seat, and he couldn't get me out, so he picked me up and put me just on my bed in the car seat. And I remember waking up in my bed, but still in my car seat and being very upset.
You know, well, also, I don't know if I think maybe I have these memories, but I forgot what they are. That I forgot that I had these memories.
You forgot the timeline of where they are. So it's a memory you had when you were 3, but you're remembering
Well,
it.
I like to
Yeah,
connect it to
maybe.
years. I like to connect my memories to years, to grades, and to other people's ages.
But how do you remember what grade you were in?
Because I remember it was the 1990s. Like I have the year. It was like after winter break, 1990. That's like a pretty
1990.
clear.
I think you're saying like it was somewhere in the 90s. I'm like, bitch, that's 10 years.
No, the teacher was like, "It is a new decade. It is now the 90s." Do you guys know what a decade is?
Got it.
Did you forget what I said? 4 minutes ago.
Oh my god! Oh my god! So we're supposed to do this episode about stand up, and I'll save this story for when we actually.
So since we're here, so guys, now that we're 55 minutes in, let's talk about our actual topic, which is stand-up comedy.
Well, really quick, and I'll tell the story. But last night, I did my first show here in Madison, Wisconsin. Last night, fucking amazing. The audience was great, so funny, it was so good. And I thought I was gonna have my first heckler by this fucking drunk asshole that was right in the front, right here. You know how the stage is, literally right here in the corner of the stage. And I tell you, Bob, just talking loud, drunk, falling over, walking to the bathroom every 5 minutes. I was like, oh man, I'm gonna have to like fucking call this guy out. But I made it through.
It's weird to me when people pay that much money because they're like, don't know if at Comedy on State those tickets are more expensive, but they're like in the front row. You know what I mean? And to anyone out there, I should tell you all that if you want, you can watch my comedy special available exclusively on Patreon. Woke Man in a Dress. It is currently available right now on Patreon, and I filmed it at Comedy on State, which is a really phenomenal
It's really great.
club.
I really like it.
I love that fucking comedy club.
What about it did you like so much?
Well, I love that the way the staff accommodates the talent. The green room upstairs is a greenhouse. Let's be real. The green suite upstairs. I really love the stage. I love how much they utilize the room because you're really in a corner. So it's not a massive stage, but there's so much audience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The crowds the crowds at Comedy on Stage seem to be like conditioned and taught how to respect comedy, except that one loud guy in the front row of your show.
A fucking mess. I was like, you fucking
Was
drunk
he gay?
bitch. Yeah, he was gay. He was there with his husband, and like from the time I walked on the show, like I'm you know when you're talking jokes, and they're like, yeah, girl, I was like,
You didn't say anything to him?
I did. I made a few jokes to him, like one or two, and the audience laughed, and I kind of moved on.
I haven't really had to like go in on a heckler since I was like doing local shows in New York City. I haven't had to like go in on a heckler since like my New York City show days.
Yeah, me either. I've never had to. I mean, in New York, have I? Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. A couple of times at Hardware, because I would do the brunch show I would do my one-woman show on Saturdays at Hardware. And I mean, on Saturday at like 7 p.m., 8 p.m., bitches are tickety turned. I would always have have to have a moment with somebody, often.
There's a whole video on my YouTube page of me like yelling at this drunk guy who's just like literally lying on the stage. Like he just got up and just laid on the stage.
Where?
Barracuda. The video is still up. It's still on my YouTube page. I think it might be still be there. I'm gonna have to get. If you type in Bob the Drag Queen Heckler, yep, it's still there. How to deal with a drunk at your show. 8 years ago,
Just laid on the stage.
he just laid on the stage. I mean, go look it up. How to deal with a drunk at your show. He just laid down on the stage and was just like. And that was when and Orlindi was there too.
Orlindi.
So I had to like gather because I was like talking to this guy about why his behavior was completely inappropriate, and then I look up and this girl's on her phone, like just using her phone, and then I was like, "You need to like," so I had to like do a double dip between Orlindi and just so you guys know, like back in the day. When someone was using their phone on the drag show, because like nowadays, there's a very real chance that they're probably just posting what they just recorded of you on their Instagram. But 8 years ago, there was no Instagram stories. There was no like that wasn't a thing. Like that's just not how it worked back then. You know what I mean? So she was just in the front row, just fully texting, And I was like, all right, well now I got to double dip and get both of these hoes up in this.
You had a Pixie Aventura moment.
I think I handled it. Well, I've seen Pixie handle some with. I use humor. Because I didn't want. I needed the room to still be fun. It was the very, very, very top of the show. So I still needed the room to be fun. So I didn't. I go check it out. Y'all can watch the video and decide if you think I dealt with it well. It is called. The video is called "How to Deal with a Drunk at Your Show." And it is an 8-year-old video on my YouTube page.
Pixie Aventura, she handles it with extreme prejudice, and she like,
oh, fire, and fire. She inflames the situation. She goes, "How inflammatory can I make this?"
like, why the fuck you on your phone in the middle of the show? Then go sit the fuck back over there then.
Why'd you give her a New York accent?
Because she's a New Yorker, Bob. Wow. You cannot erase Pixie's identity. She's a New Yorker now.
Not all New Yorkers have a New York. And Lady Bunny does have a New York accent.
Yes, she does.
She lived in New York City and Lady Bunny lived in New York City way longer than you. Way
wow.
longer.
Not calling Lady Bunny an artifact.
Once the heat got too hot, once they turned the heat on New York City, you ran. You skedaddled out of the city, honey.
I'm gonna for the 19,000 times, all of y'all who are tried and true Sibling Rivalry listeners, y'all know this motherfucker from Bumble Andalusia, Phoenix, Bama. I'm a born and raised bitch. My blood.
I'm not from Alabama.
But you live there.
Yeah.
Anyway, you see, we were having a good time. We're all having a good time. Now no one's having fun.
How do you know where you were raised? You don't remember anything from 1 to 7, bitch. You don't know where you were raised. For all you know, you could have been in Nova Scotia. Bitch, you might be Swedish. We don't know. You don't even know. You don't know anything about the first 7 years of your life, bitch. Talk about some born and raised. How would you know? Monet don't know she fully lived in Beijing for 5 years, clueless.
Ni hao ma. I want to learn. I want to learn Mandarin, but I've realized I'm too stupid to learn. I can't learn. I'm dumb.
I don't think that's how that works. I don't think that language works in terms of dumb and smart. I think that
I can't.
I think there's a lot. I think there's a lot of quote unquote. I don't believe people are dumb and smart, but I think there's a lot of quote unquote dumb people who speak a lot of languages. I think there's a lot of dumb people who speak lots of languages. You know what I mean? I think it's just about maybe the way our brains retain information, and also
memory.
The age at which we learn. The age at which we learn has a lot to do with that.
Oh yeah, for sure. And my memory's shot. My brain does not. I don't have enough space. My memory. A lot of language is memory. Like you need to remember shit, and I can't remember.
Yeah, language is a lot of memory. Not just the words, but also remembering the rules of syntax and it's a lot.
Yeah.
Monet, what do you plan to do for the rest of your day?
I'm gonna go to the gym. I think the housekeeper just knocked. They probably want to clean the room, so I'm gonna go to the gym and then I'm gonna take a nap.
Maybe when you go to the house, they knock and barge. They're knocking and opening.
Well, I never respond. I think now because I'm so loud they hear me, but normally I'm in bed. I'm like, no, thank you. And they're still knocking. So I just wait till they open the door and I'm like, no, thank you. I never respond until they open the door.
Also, are y'all motherfuckers stapling the sheets to the bed? Like, these sheets be in it's crazy.
One of my favorite things when Bob and I, we were in New York together. We were doing a bunch of stuff, and he came to my hotel room so we could do this meeting. And then after the meeting, we're gonna go to Mateo's show. And I was like, Monet, I need to take a nap. I was like, okay. And then Bob just disrobes. And y'all know, Bob, you and Andy, I don't know, it must be a silver thing. Y'all like disrobe. Like when Bob would be in the middle of the room, Bob just starts peeling off his pants, peeling off his shirt, get down to his skivvies and gets in the bed. He goes, oh, I just need to be horizontal. Oh, Monet, I just love being horizontal.
Well, to be clear, it was a hotel room, so there was only one room. There was nowhere to go. And the most I could have done was going to the bathroom, but I would have had to walk from the bathroom to the bed in my underwear anyway. So I just went to the spot where I was going to lay down. I asked Monet for permission to lie down. I know that Monet does not like. I also know that Monet does not like clothes from the outside in her bed.
Aww.
So I was respecting that boundary. I mean, I guess I could have shown some modesty and put on a robe and then disrobed and then snuck into the sheets and then threw the robe out.
It feels so good to lay down. It just feels so good to lay down.
I was tired. I was so tired. I don't know why I was so tired, but at the time I was very, very tired. Very tired. Anyway. Also, speaking of which, you also go, if y'all don't know, and we already know episode, you should also go watch Mateo's comedy special too.
Yeah.
Pasta and Heartbreak? No.
Hair plugs and heartbreak.
Hairbugs and Heartbreak available
Also,
on
my
YouTube.
comedy special. Damn, can you promo me too? All you do is on a platform your little comedy friends.
Fist of Glory. Monet has a special called Fist of Glory, which is also available. By the way, Loki, it is hard to find. Do you know that?
Is it?
Yes, it is hard to find. I went to go back to go watch it. I had to use I was like, let me just go ahead and buy this real quick. The other day, I had to just go and look at the link you sent me. That shit is hard to find. Have you ever tried to find your special?
No.
Girl, it is not easy. Because, Jinx's is available on YouTube. I bought Jinx's on YouTube.
Oh, word.
When I type in Fist of Glory Monet, nothing. Nothing. There's a YouTube short from Comedy Dynamics, but it's wild.
It's only available to buy on Amazon overseas, but you can stream it all right now on Spotify if you just search for Monet Exchange on Spotify.
Thank you, Jacob.
Fist of Glory is on Spotify?
Yes.
So we can listen, but we can't. There it is. Monet has the album out on Spotify. Okay. But yeah, Monet, we need to get your shit easier to fucking stream, because Jinx's shit is, you can go to YouTube. I bought hers on YouTube.
Queen of Queens. The queen of all queens.
And the queen of being easy to find, apparently. All right. I love you so much.
Love you too. Bye.